My name is Amelia Brown, and this is my presentation for my Master's of Education in Innovation project called Empowering Every Learner, Investigating the Role of Clear Learning Intentions and Student Success Criteria with Heterogeneous Populations. What did I observe that was a challenge? My passion for this topic stems from a personal professional commitment to inclusivity and the power of education to transform lives. The challenge we face in education today is ensuring that all students, especially those with diverse educational needs, such as students with individualized education plans, multilingual language learners, are not just present in our classroom, but are actively engaged in succeeding. The obstacles that are encountered are that there has been a diverse range of learning needs, which requires differentiated teaching strategies. Additionally, integrating clear learning intentions and success measures in a way that resonates with every student has been particularly challenging. Proposed actions. I believe that by co-constructing learning intentions and success criteria with our students can make learning more transparent and tailored. This approach not only clarifies, but is to be learned, but also empowers students by involving them directly in their own learning process. The integration of students from special day classes into general education settings underscores a shift towards a more inclusive educational environment. However, the transition presents a need for strategies that support all students effectively. Research indicates that clear learning intentions and success criteria can significantly impact student achievement, according to John Hattie, and also help scaffold complex ideas to promote self-regulation, according to Zimmerman. Specific need and literature support. The specific need addressed here is the academic and engagement gap for students with specialized education plans. Literature such as Hattie and Zimmerman are not only acknowledge this gap, but also highlight strategies like explicit goal setting and feedback as effective in closing it. What's been done? We are in an era of educational transformation where the integration of students from special day classes into general education settings highlights a significant shift towards inclusivity. This movement towards a least restrictive environment is aimed at fostering a more inclusive atmosphere, but introduces complex challenges in meeting the diverse needs of all of our students, including those with IEPs and multilingual language learners, or MLLs. The specific need here is clear: to enhance academic progress and engagement for a heterogeneous group of learners. These students often face unique challenges that can hinder their learning and engagement, thereby impacting their academic success and overall educational experience. Research supports the necessity of addressing this educational challenge. According to Hattie and Timperley, clear learning intentions and success criteria significantly enhance student achievement. Furthermore, Zimmerman emphasizes the role of clarity in learning intentions and promoting self-regulation among students, which is crucial for their academic success. Educational strategies to tackle these challenges have varied. For example, personalized learning plans have been implemented to cater to individual student needs, and adaptive learning technologies have employed to provide instructional content at the appropriate level of difficulty. Additionally, collaborative learning strategies have been explored to engage students actively and provide them with peer support, as highlighted by the works of scholars like Robert Marzano and John Hattie. The purpose of this study is to determine if establishing clear learning intentions and success criteria impact academic progress and engagement, particularly for heterogeneous group populations. To address this broad question, my study is divided into three focus sub-questions. One, to what degree do established learning intentions and success criteria impact academic achievement for learners? Two, To what extent do these strategies contribute to an increased student engagement? And 3, are there variations in effectiveness of these strategies among different types of learners? This research will build on existing literature by applying the theories of clear learning intentions and success criteria in a practical classroom setting. Previous studies have shown the potential for these strategies to enhance clarity and improve learning outcomes. However, there need to be more targeted research on how these strategies affect diverse student groups in inclusive environments. My study aims to fill this gap by providing empirical data and insights on effectiveness of these educational strategies within a more diverse educational setting. My research involved a structured approach to implementing and evaluating the effectiveness of learning intentions and success criteria in a middle school setting. The procedures included a pre-implementation survey conducted to assess students' prior understanding of the subject matter and initial engagement levels, collaborative goal setting, where students and teachers work together to define learning intentions and success criteria for lessons. During the lessons, these predefined goals and criteria were actively used to guide instruction and student activities. And both academic performance and engagement were measured through quizzes, writing assignments, and follow-up survey. The data that was collected, I collected student surveys, captured before and after the intervention to gauge changes in understanding and engagement, and as well as academic results. Scores from quizzes and writing assessments provided quantitative data on academic progress. This aligns with NAPA Learn's goals by focusing on innovative instructional practices that enhance learning outcomes for all students, particularly those who come from diverse backgrounds. By implementing strategies that promote clarity in learning objectives, the study supports NAPA Learn's emphasis on preparing students for higher educational success and the job market. This research aligns with NAPA Learn's goals by focusing on innovative incorporation of technology and innovative learning. Technology plays a crucial role in this study. Data surveys utilize Google Forms for pre- and post-intervention surveys to efficiently gather and analyze student feedback. Educational software like EduAid and Magic School AI to create interactive and personalized learning experiences, as well as online collaboration tools, which enabled real-time collaboration and feedback during co-construction of learning goals. The structured approach not only adheres to rigorous research standards, but also integrates modern educational technology to enhance learning and engagement, meeting the objectives set forth by NAPA Learns. Data. To analyze the data collected through surveys and quizzes, I employed both quantitative and qualitative methods. I used GraphPad to compute the mean scores and standard deviations and conducted a paired t-test, which showed that the treatment, the integration of learning intentions and success criteria actually was successful and worked. As you can see in the last bar, percent of on the post quiz, you can see that there's quite a bit of growth in the 91 to 100% range on the quiz. The qualitative data that was collected showed that students had a desire for specific and actionable feedback, that they appreciated knowing what they did wrong and how to improve. As stated by one student, I like it when my teachers write on tests with pens, so I know what I got wrong. And there are some other quotes there of students and what they wanted to see more of. So new questions for the next cycle. I would like to explore the differentiation of impact. How do learning intentions and success criteria differ? How does the impact differ for students with varying academic abilities and backgrounds? Which scaffolding strategies are most beneficial to support student learning? And then also, how does the variation in teacher implementation styles affect the effectiveness of learning intentions and success criteria? And then I'd also like to look at technology integration to see how it could further enhance the clarity and effectiveness of learning intentions and success criteria, as well as support the teacher in developing lessons. Based on the initial data collected, the primary goals of implementing these changes are enhanced student understanding and engagement, improved academic performance, and empowerment through autonomy to empower students by involving them in the setting of their learning goals, thereby fostering a sense of ownership, responsibility toward their learning. And then how would I know if this was successful? I would look at comparative academic performance, pre and post test intervention assessments, student engagement metrics such as observations and student feedback collected through surveys, and teacher feedback in the form of qualitative data, observations and feedback regarding the ease of implementation, observed changes in student interactions and behaviors. And what if the change is determined to not be successful, this could mean several things. Inadequate implementation. The strategies might not have been implemented effectively across all with both classrooms, requiring further training and adjustment in the approach. Misalignment with student needs. The learning intentions and success criteria might not be effectively tailored to meet the needs of the diverse student population, and insufficient time and resources. Perhaps there's not enough time or resource allocated to allow for full impact and changes to manifest. Okay. And for the final capstone, I would like to look at focused group analysis, conducting a separate detailed analysis of academic performance and engagement metrics for MLLs and students with IEPs. This would involve tracking specific improvements in test scores and feedback from these groups to better understand how the learning intentions and success criteria affect them differently. I'd like to look at a comparative analysis with peer groups, perform a comparative analysis between the two different groups, MLLs and IEPs, with their peers who do not fall into these categories. This could involve comparing how different groups respond to the same learning intentions and success criteria. And lastly, I'd like to identify specific areas where MLLs and students with IEPs may require additional support or different strategies compared to their peers. This type of analysis can help tailor an educational approach to be more inclusive and effective for all student demographics.